AFC West, I can't forget about the division with the Super Bowl champions.
Of course, yeah.
Another team that needs a quarterback, but it's hard to kind of fit in which at the top. The Denver Broncos, and I think they're very hard to predict right now at the top because is it a quarterback? Is it not? So I'm going to go a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to take an edge player, and I think you gave me my favorite nickname in this draft for any player with this one. Give me Gabriel Murphy out of UCLA, right? I think you mentioned on whichever show or at some point Diet Latu.
Yeah, he's Diet Latu.
You're absolutely right. But look, almost as good, a 90.8 overall grade over the last 3 seasons, 8th best out of any edge player in the FBS. Look, you're right. His play style is exactly like Latu. There's probably just a little bit less athleticism, and Latu's such a freak he can get back into coverage and intercept the ball. Murphy, I think he's just missing a little bit of length, so he might just have an issue with like tackling in the NFL for a bit until he gets stronger. But I think, for the way the Broncos run their defense, and they've had issues on the edge to me since they traded Bradley Chubb in 2022, Murphy is just, I think, a solid, underrated guy that if they took him in the 3rd round, he would really be a nice player off the edge for them.
Absolutely, man. That's why the Latu comparison, one, they play for UCLA together, so it's very easy to look at the two of them together, like, oh, they look the same. And two, like, I think there's length concerns with Murphy, just as there are with Latu as well. And then also, the way they play, man, they're so advanced in terms of their pass rushing moves as well. I think that's why I saw it's like, damn, Murphy looks a lot like Latu, even him and Grayson Murphy as well, who's also, I think, in this draft. So, his twin brother. So, yeah, I really like Gabriel Murphy a lot. I think he's one of the – I think I actually put him down as my most slept on or my biggest sleeper at the edge position when we did our ranking video. But I love that fit there for the Broncos. Also, they have Nick Bonito there, too. It's like my original draft crush. I loved Nick Bonito coming out of Oklahoma, and getting him and Gabriel Murphy together would be a really, really fun sleeper duo they have there in Denver. All right, I got the Super Bowl champs up here, Kansas City Chiefs. Could use some help at receiver, so I'm going to go with Adonai Mitchell, the receiver from Texas, who's starting to look like he might be wide receiver 4 in the draft now. I've seen a lot of people put him that high. He might even jump Brian Thomas Jr. for that, but I think he's going to go somewhere probably in the 20s, and the Chiefs should be hoping that he falls to 32 because I think he adds just a different element to that receiver room. Get downfield. He's a freak athlete. And I think the one thing that really concerns me with Adonai Mitchell is some of the effort concerns that you see on tape with him. But I think if there's going to be a place where he can really flourish, it's with Patrick Mahomes, it's with Andy Reid, it's with Travis Kelce. You got very good people in that locker room to really extract the most out of Adonai Mitchell. So on the field is a great fit, and also I think just getting the most out of him, Kansas City would be a really, really good spot to do that. And I don't think you'll see too much of those concerns with him in Kansas City as you might with another team like that. So I think Kansas City will be a really good spot, not only for Adonai Mitchell, but Adonai Mitchell will be a great player for Kansas City as well. So I kind of love that marriage of the two. If he's available, I don't know if he will because I feel like Buffalo will probably take him if he is there. But if he gets there to 32, I think that'd be a home run pick for the Chiefs.
I think another sneaky spot for him would be Detroit. I think there's more teams than you think that are going to want Mitchell's route running in the intermediate game. Look out for the Lions there, too, but I like that one. I'm going to get back in the trenches here in Vegas, and I got a team in the Raiders who still needs help on the right side of their offensive line. I know there's a lot of fans that probably want me to match them with a quarterback, but too many unpredictable things at the top, so I'm going to go with an easier one. Let's get J.C. Latham from Alabama. I was thinking about Fuaga here, but I let Eli have him to the Bengals. J.C. Latham would work too, man. Just a massive, massive right tackle that would bring all the physicality that Antonio Pierce and Luke Getsy want up front. I think if you've got Colton Miller on the left side and J.C. Latham on the right side, there's not going to be too many tackle pairings better than that. As long as Latham can just get his feet under him, if we can see that he can move in the zone game a little bit, he is just he could be a dominant force on the right side, and the Raiders, that would be a really good foundation. They could find a right guard maybe later in the draft or looking through free agency, but to get a guy like Latham or even Fuaga or even Amarius Mims at right tackle, I would love to see that just to protect whoever is throwing the football next year.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a great fit for them as well. Another Alabama offensive tackle going to the Raiders there, but a lot better than Alex Leatherwood. I will say that. A lot better than Alex Leatherwood, J.C. Latham is. So good fit there for the Raiders. Chargers up here. This is kind of, you're hoping and praying if you're a Chargers fan. And obviously some Chargers fans want to trade down. I understand that. So maybe I'll give an option too for a trade down that I like for them. But you're hoping and praying as a Chargers fan that Arizona trades their number 4 overall pick to get to whoever to get J.J. McCarthy. That way, quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that way, At number 5, you could take Marvin Harrison Jr. if you're the Chargers. So I think that is the best case scenario for them, who desperately need a receiver after both Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are now gone from the team. You got Quentin Johnson you took in the first round last year, but he had a disastrous rookie season. You're hoping he could, be a lot better. But even if he does, even if Quentin Johnson takes a big step and all of a sudden becomes this great receiver, you still have Joshua Palmer and Darius Davis as your other 2 starting receivers. So you need some talent in that receiver room, man, with Justin Herbert as your quarterback. So I think Marvin Harrison Jr., once in a decade type of talent, the best receiver prospect you could say since at least Jamar Chase, maybe even going back to the A.J. Green, Julio Jones days. I mean, he is a truly, truly special player. Chargers be hoping that he falls there at number 5 and someone trades up to the Cardinals at number 4 to get J.J. McCarthy. If the Chargers do trade down, I also don't hate the Malik Neighbors as well at number 5. If Harrison goes 4 and the Chargers stay put at 5, I think he'd also be a great fit. But if the Chargers do trade down, to kind of repeat another name, I think Talisa Fulanga would be a home run pick for Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh. Just fits what they want to do, man. They want to run the hell out of that football. And Fulanga at 11, probably, if they trade with Minnesota, that would be a home run fit. And he also just plays right tackle for them, right opposite of Rashawn Slater as well. So I think that'd be a great fit as well. But I think for the Chargers, if I'm a Chargers fan, I'm really hoping and praying that somebody trades up to Arizona at number 4. That way Marvin Harrison Jr. can fall there at number 5, and they could scoop him up and get a bona fide number 1 receiver that they desperately need right now.